What's up, y'all? Hey, yo, let's solve some shit. I am Opal, here to solve some stuff that I personally don't know how to do, but AI is in the mix and I'm going to figure this out. So, what I'm trying to solve, right, September 1st, kind of give you a little bit of a reset on where this channel is going, is basically me trying to solve things with AI. There's a lot of conversation about agents and automations and all this cool stuff, and I'm like, how am I still working if AI is present? Like, why am I unwilling to spend $5, $7, $800 a month to build things so that I can work less? Why, like, this is the time to do it. If there's any other time, sorry, there is no video of me, but we will fix that tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday-ish. But we're kicking off the month of September, building the streak. I'll go more into what the channel will be, as we kind of get through the videos, but this is where I am today, and I wanted to just shoot this video for you guys, and mostly for myself, because I tend to kind of hide in the background and I don't show my brilliance. And so this channel is like me not only showing my brilliance but also being vulnerable in the fact that I don't really know enough AI. I feel very ignorant. I obviously use ChatGPT, but I don't use enough of AI to get through my day and to solve my problems. And so that's the whole point of this channel, Wealthier with AI, is to take the time and utilize these tools instead of trying to think from self and trying to figure it out with pencil and paper and, the old school way. But anyways, so today, Labor Day. If you haven't done your Labor Day shopping, shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. So I don't do a lot of shopping anymore. I really have been really fixated on just stacking cash and investing. And so there's good in that, there's bad in that, right? You should have some type of savings, but also you should be investing because inflation is eating at your money anyways. And so when I do shop, mostly for like, household items, right? Toiletries, food, things for my pet, I try to save anywhere between 30 and 50%. Otherwise, I don't buy it. And that's just become my general rule. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. If I know there's not a sell, then obviously I have to buy it. But for everything that I know I can wait to buy, I really just hold off, or I'll buy things in bulk so that by the time I run out, there's another sale. And so if you live in America, it's a lot easier to kind of shop by sale because we have all of these kind of holidays always popping up, especially in the summer. I mean, from kicking off the summer with like 4th of July, and I'm sorry, Memorial Day, then you got 4th of July, then you have Labor Day where we are today, and then the next holiday, I don't know, is it Indigenous, is it Columbus, I don't know, there's usually a sale then. If that holiday gets skipped, then of course we have Veterans Day, which will be our next big kind of holiday. Sometimes you get a little Halloween in there, but our big kind of savings is mostly that. So the biggest problem I'm having, which is why I say let's solve some shit, is deals. I can't do the math fast enough. And so let me show you what I'm talking about. So today I get an email from Rakuten. It's like, hey, some of the things that you like are on sale. I'm cool. So these are my favorite places to shop. If you don't have that NordVPN, don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on that. That is a great deal. I'm sad I got 20%. Now it's at 100. I kind of bought too early, which sucks, but oh well. So today with Petco, I'm shopping for my pets. They run out of dog food in about a week-ish. So we got 15% cash back and 20% cash back. So I'm like, cool. So I go on their websites and they both have 20% off in store or online. Now PetSmart has it only online, or Petco has it online and in store. Cool. I look for the dog food and I start trying to figure out the numbers. Now we got 15 to 20% here, which obviously from first glance, why not PetSmart? The dog food is the same price on both sites, so it's kind of like, okay, well obviously the best one would be PetSmart. But where the kicker comes in, I work with a client who currently has discounted gift cards. And so those gift cards, now I'm stacking this. And this is where it gets sweet. So one of their Petco gift cards is 11% cash back. The PetSmart is 3.5%. And so now, as you can see, it's a lot of numbers here, right? It's like I got to buy the gift card, but then I get the Rakuten cash back, but then I get the 20%. It just was too much math. And I'm like, I don't know. Now, if I take it a step further, if I'm at the grocery store, now say like body armor is if you're at Walmart, body armor could be like $1.49 for a 16 ounce. If you go to Publix, because I'm on the East Coast, they could have a BOGO on that, but it starts at $2.19 for one bottle, right? That's a huge price jump. So if they do a BOGO, now you're getting, each bottle for $1.10. Is that, yeah, like $1.10 each, which is cheaper than Walmart. So that's a sale. But the other math is, well, sometimes they'll do like their 6 pack for a BOGO as well, or they'll do their 8 pack. And so as you can see, this is a lot of math when you start to think of ounces. Which BOGO is the one that you're going to save the most money? Because you do want, like, I usually like to get body armor $1 a bottle, but when it's BOGO, and then you can get the 6 pack or the 8 pack, do you see? This is the problem I'm having. It's too much math. Like, I just don't want to figure this out. And then not only is it too much math, even if I go to ChatGPT and say, hey, run this scenario for me. And let's see if it has it in there. I used to do a lot of these. Kind of things. So I don't know if any of my, there we go. This is how this started. Your life is elite frugal royalty. Always gaming me up. Anyways, so we go back here. Do some math. This is how this all started. It was me trying to figure out this deal. The BOGO, right? 209, and then the 6 pack of 20 ounce bottles, and then I think the other one is, and then I did it for the Tide Pods because they had a BOGO on that. And so we're running the numbers. So do you see all this data? So imagine having to do this every time you wanted to buy something so you can understand, is this the best deal? Because we know there's Costco, there's Sam's Club, there's Publix. You may call it Ralph's or Food for Less where you live, or Kroger's, right? There's Albertsons, there's Whole Foods, there's Sprouts, there's Trader Joe's, there's Big Lots, there's Target, there's Walmart. That's like 12 different stores. And if you're lucky to live in a big city, then you got Dollar Tree, you have Dollar General, you have Family Dollar, you have the 99-cent store. It's too many stores. And trying to figure this out, this math, because again, I'm trying to save the most money, right? When you think about a Tide Pod, 24 cents versus 34 cents. Well, yeah, it's only a 10-cent savings per pod. But if you're able to get 120, pods at once, well, that starts to add up. And so that's the whole point of this. So I'm trying to solve my biggest problem, which is this math. So we initially started off where I call it ChatGPT GUI for guidance, GUI. And I just like that Guy Savoy. I just think it's like, I don't know, it's just something I like. So what we're trying to solve here, I'm going to go back to this. I need a deal comparer GPT, because as I ran this scenario, so you guys can just see it. So I bought 2 bags at 20. There was 26 pounds each. So going back to the Petco PetSmart, 2 bags. So it was gonna be 120. We get the 20% off. So that's $95. So that's what I'm basically paying out of pocket, is $95. But I have my gift cards, and so that's gonna allow me to save 11%. So I'm getting back some money there. And then I got the Rakuten, and they're going to give me back 15%. And so I'll end up getting 2 bags of dog food for $71, which was a savings of, I think it was like 35% or 39% or something like that. Did I do that right? Okay. So that's where we kind of left it. And I'm like, that is really good. Like, that's a huge deal. It started doing like all this excess math, and I'm like, bro, I can't. So 40, is it 41%? Oh, that's if I buy like 3 bags. But yeah. So that's where we left that deal. But imagine having to do that every time. I'm like, that's annoying. But you kind of need to know. Like, even smaller things like ketchup. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, the Heinz ketchup, um, 48-ounce bottle is, maybe $4. So you're like, oh, that's great. But what you don't realize is you probably could have just bought two 20-ounce bottles and saved $1. And so, yeah, again, do you care that it's 48 or 220? You know what I mean? Like, do you really care? It's like, no, you don't. You just want to save money and you want it to be quick. Now, the difference between my app and other apps, because I'm sure they have these type of apps where, you just put in the numbers, especially something like Coca-Cola cans, or when you're buying soda, you're buying a bag of chips, even even with bags of chips, not chips, when I buy my snacks, because I'm vegetarian now, and so I try to buy like individual snack bags instead of just like a big bag, because I tend to just, yeah, I'm like most people, right? You just keep binge eating, and you're like, damn, I didn't really mean to eat all that. So, anyways, not to be long winded, but this is what we're building. So, on this channel for the next X amount of days, we are going to use probably one of the no code apps to build out this deal comparer, because I need this. This has now become quite annoying to try to figure out this math and having to talk to ChatGPT every time. And so here's kind of where we are. So we started off building this as a Google sheet. So it has the base price, the percent, the Rakuten, the gift card. Cool. And I'm like, it needs an interface. Like, I would rather just be able to go here, and I sent the picture, where you just go in and then there's the fields there. And you're just filling out the fields. It saves past data, because, of course, like, if you're trying to look at the body armor deal again, you don't have to type that all out, even though it's only maybe 4 or 5 fields. But it's like, what's the point? Just save it. Then I can go back and go, oh, yeah, this is the deal I'm looking for. So now you're remembering the deal. Because half of what my business is now is memory. I don't want to memorize numbers. I don't want to memorize this data. I want to be able to have access to it, move through things quicker. And so that's kind of what I will be doing the most on this channel, is getting us to stop having to memorize all this data. And so I'll introduce Opape, my other project, but this project I need, and it's kind of goes hand in hand with Opape. And I'm thinking I'm going to use Lovable. So anyways, I'll leave it there. In the next week, we should have an app. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to walk through it with, you'll walk through it with me. I'll do the prompts and we'll see how to build this. But I will say, as we're solving things, please put in at least 1 hour a day understanding AI, using it to build something, using it to simplify your life. There are some really cool things that you are struggling with that the world is also struggling with. And this is a great opportunity for you to cash in, because you don't have to be a coder. I'll say that again. There's some great opportunities for you to cash in, because you don't have to be the coder. I'm about to build another app without being a coder. I'm about to solve this problem for myself. And so I do need to figure out a name for it, because it's going to be something cool. I mean, it'd be great if anyone wanted it, but for now, it solved my problem, and that's all that matters. It's me not having to be frustrated. So if you enjoyed this content, if you're ready to see what this channel is going to do, Wealthier with AI, that's why I named it that, so that I can take back my time. Half of the wealth that we're trying to build is more time ownership, right? It's those 3 freedoms: time freedom, financial freedom, location freedom. I think there's a 4th one, but those are at least those 3. We're trying to get more of that, and so that's what I will be discovering, and extracting more out of life is more time freedom. And so this app will help me with that. And so I will see you guys on my next episode, where we're going to start building out this awesome deal comparer. See ya.